there is a mountain that doesn't behave like a mountain. It doesn't stay where it should. It doesn't respect the horizon. Sailors have sworn they saw it rise from the sea, only for it to vanish hours later without a trace. Travelers have pointed their cameras toward the skyline, capturing a towering silhouette in the distance. And when they looked again, it was gone. No explosion, no collapse, no clouds swallowing it whole, just absence. For centuries, people have told stories about a peak that disappears and reappears on the horizon, as if reality itself is flickering. But is this a legend born from imagination, or is there something far stranger happening at the edge of our vision? Imagine standing on a quiet shoreline at dawn. The ocean is calm, the sky is clear, and in the far distance, you see it, a massive mountain rising sharply from what should be open water. Its outline is unmistakable, dark, solid, real. You rub your eyes. It's still there. Hours later, as the sun climbs higher, you look again, and the mountain has completely vanished. The horizon is flat, empty, endless. No sign that anything was ever there. This isn't a single eyewitness account. Similar reports have surfaced in different parts of the world, across different centuries, long before digital editing or modern illusions could be blamed. In some coastal regions, fishermen spoke of a phantom peak that appeared only under specific atmospheric conditions. Old maritime logs describe ships changing course to avoid land that, upon approach, dissolved into thin air. Entire expeditions recorded sightings of distant landmasses that were never found again. Maps were even drawn with mountains that today do not officially exist. Were these cartographic errors optical illusions, or evidence of a natural phenomenon so rare and so precise that it creates the illusion of a disappearing world? Science offers one powerful explanation: a complex optical effect known as a superior mirage. Under certain conditions, when layers of air at different temperatures stack in unusual ways, light bends dramatically over long distances. This bending can lift distant objects above the horizon, making them visible when they should be hidden by Earth's curvature. In extreme cases, entire mountains, islands, or cliffs can appear to float in, and when the temperature layers shift even slightly, the illusion collapses. The mountain doesn't move. It doesn't sink. The light simply stops bending, and just like that, it's gone. But here's where it becomes even more unsettling. Some recorded sightings describe the mountain changing shape while visible. Peaks stretching unnaturally tall, cliffs flattening, the entire structure shimmering as if it were unstable. This isn't just a simple reflection on water. It's a dynamic distortion of reality itself, shaped by invisible atmospheric forces. The horizon becomes a canvas, and physics becomes the painter. What we trust as solid and permanent can be rewritten by temperature, pressure, and light forces we cannot see, but that constantly reshape what we think we are observing. There are documented cases in polar regions where distant icebergs appear as towering mountain ranges suspended above the sea. In desert environments, entire cities have appeared to float above the sand. These phenomena are rare, but they are real. And when conditions align perfectly, a distant mountain beyond the geometric horizon can be projected upward, creating the illusion that it has materialized from nowhere. When the air stabilizes again, the projection fades. To an untrained observer, it feels supernatural. To science, it's atmospheric refraction, pushed to its extreme limits. Yet even with this explanation, something about the disappearing mountain unsettles people because it challenges something fundamental: our trust in what we see. The horizon feels absolute, a boundary between earth and sky. When something massive appears beyond it, something that should be impossible to see, it forces us to confront how fragile perception truly is. If a mountain can vanish without moving an inch, what else around us is shaped not by reality itself, but by the invisible bending of light? Throughout history, mysterious mountains have fueled myths. Some cultures spoke of sacred peaks that revealed themselves only to the chosen. Others described cursed lands that could not be reached because they faded as you approached. In an age before atmospheric physics was understood, these stories became legends of hidden worlds and shifting realms. Today, We have equations, models, and satellite imagery. And yet, when a towering shape rises unexpectedly on the horizon and then disappears, the feeling it creates is ancient, instinctive, almost primal. What makes this phenomenon even more fascinating is how precise the conditions must be. The temperature gradient has to be just right. The observer must stand at a specific elevation. The distant object must align perfectly with the curvature of the Earth. A slight change in wind speed or sunlight can break the illusion. It's a fleeting alignment of physics and perspective, a temporary glitch in the way our world projects itself into our eyes. And because it's temporary, it feels alive, like the mountain chooses when to reveal itself. So the next time you look toward a distant horizon over the ocean, across a desert, or beyond a frozen plain, remember this: what you see is not always a fixed truth. The world you observe is filtered through layers of air, light, and motion. Somewhere, under the right conditions, a mountain may be rising into view at this very moment, towering above a horizon that should hide it. And somewhere else, that same mountain may be fading away, leaving behind nothing but open sky. If this phenomenon proves anything, it's that reality is more flexible than we assume. Not because the Earth is unstable, not because mountains teleport, but because perception is a negotiation between light and the atmosphere. A negotiation that can briefly rewrite the skyline. And when it does, it reminds us that even the most solid features of our planet can appear to break the rules. The mountain doesn't disappear. Our ability to see it does. And that might be even more mysterious than if it truly vanished. Now imagine witnessing this with your own eyes. No filters, no editing, just you and the horizon. At first, doubt sets in. Maybe it's a cloud formation, maybe it's a trick of perspective. But the outline is too sharp, the angle's too defined. You can almost trace the ridges. And then, slowly, almost imperceptibly, the edges begin to blur. The peak compresses, the base stretches unnaturally. Within minutes, what looked like solid stone dissolves into a thin distortion, like heat waves above asphalt. And then it's gone. The ocean is empty again. The desert is flat again. The world resets as if nothing extraordinary ever happened. The experience leaves a strange imprint because you know what you saw, even if you can't prove it. What makes this even more compelling is how modern technology has started capturing these events more frequently. High-zoom cameras positioned along coastlines have recorded distant mountain ranges appearing far beyond their normal visible range. Time-lapse footage reveals entire landforms rising and sinking along the horizon as atmospheric layers shift. Scientists analyzing these recordings have confirmed that extreme refraction can extend visibility by dozens, sometimes hundreds of kilometers. In rare cases, observers have seen objects that should be completely hidden below Earth's curvature. It's not the mountain that moves. It's the path of light bending across the planet's surface, curving in ways our intuition cannot easily grasp. But here's the deeper layer to this story. The disappearing mountain is more than a visual anomaly. It's a reminder of how limited human perception truly is. Our brains are wired to trust consistency. We assume the skyline we see today will be the same tomorrow. When that expectation is broken, it creates unease. Throughout history, unexplained horizon phenomena were interpreted as omens, heathen realms, or entrances to other worlds. Entire mythologies were born from atmospheric distortions. Today we call it refraction. Centuries ago, it was magic. The difference lies not in the event but in our understanding of it. And still, even with scientific explanations, the emotional impact remains. Because standing before a vanishing mountain feels like watching reality hesitate. It feels like catching the world in a moment of instability. It reminds us that what we perceive as fixed and permanent is actually dependent on fragile environmental balances. Temperature shifts, air density, light angles, variables constantly changing above our heads. The planet is not static. It is dynamic, fluid, constantly reshaping the images it projects into our eyes. So the next time you're near a vast open horizon, whether it's the ocean, a frozen coastline, or a desert plain, pause for a moment, look carefully. The skyline may not be telling the whole truth. Somewhere beyond it, hidden just out of sight, a mountain might be waiting for the perfect atmospheric alignment to reveal itself. And when it does, it will rise silently, defy expectation, and disappear just as quietly, leaving behind nothing but questions. If you were standing there and saw a mountain appear where there should be none, would you trust your eyes? Or would you question everything you thought you understood about the world around you? Tell us in the comments what you think is more unsettling: the idea of a mountain vanishing, or the realization that our perception can be rewritten without us even noticing. If you enjoy exploring mysteries where science and the unknown collide, subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and stay with us for the next journey beyond the horizon. Because sometimes the most unbelievable phenomena aren't hidden in distant galaxies. They're waiting at the edge of our own world.